Hey, what's up everyone, Andy here from Crusty Plug, and thank you very much for joining me for another video. In today's video I would like to share with you all more video game and some DVD pickups I've made locally last Sunday. So in a way this is a follow-up video to my recent 3-part video of the car boot sale pickups from last Sunday. And I believe in part 1 I did mention that after coming home from the car boot sale I went out to raid the local charity shops and I ended up scoring a few things there as well. But I never included this content in my previous 3-part video because I wanted to kind of concentrate there just purely on all the car boot sale pickups. So this is kind of an add-on, a follow-up video to finalize everything else that was left over from last Sunday and ultimately then put everything to bed. Now if you haven't seen the previous videos, please go and check them out. They will be on my channel. Watch them. If you enjoyed them, leave me a like or give me a like rather, and you can also always leave a comment, which would be very much appreciated. And if you are only checking the channel out for the very first time and you do enjoy the content I'm providing, then of course do consider subscribing, which would be again very much so appreciated. Now first of all, I did raid one of the local charity shops that I do visit quite frequently, and probably at least once or even twice, or sometimes even 3 times a week, but probably on average once or twice. And sometimes I go out and check it out after my work on weekdays. I normally finish my work at 5 p.m. This particular charity shop closes at 5:30 p.m. and if I get out of my working time and if the traffic is not too bad, I go over and I got about 15 or 20 minutes left to kind of go through the stuff and see if I can find anything that I need. Last Sunday there wasn't really a panic. I got there in plenty of time, had a quick look around. I didn't have anything in the way of games, but I decided to dig through their DVDs and see if I can find anything that will interest me, and I did. I did pick up a bundle of 13 titles, 11 DVDs and 2 Blu-rays. I'm not going to really talk much about these films per se. I'm just going to show quickly what I picked up, and then we're going to move on games because I don't want to kind of drag this out, and ultimately you're probably here for games, not for the films anyway. But if there's anything that you want to ask me about any of these films that I'm going to show you, then just drop me a comment below and I will respond fairly quickly. And I ended up paying only £1 for these 13 titles, so I would say that's a really exceptional deal, and I'm pretty happy I got this little bundle for little money. So a couple of Blu-rays I picked up were The Bank Job and the Polar Express 3D. I've seen this film a few times but I never seen the 3D version, so I decided to pick it up. Scrooge, sealed copy of Monster Island. To End All Wars. 11 Blocks. The Hidden Soldier. The Time That Remains. Yeah. The Ballad of Lefty Brown, some sort of western film. Battlestar Galactica Season 1, a big fan of the show. The Four Feathers, kind of a random pickup. The Gauntlet with Clint Eastwood. And The Golden Voyage of Sinbad. So that was the films. Now, didn't have any games in that particular charity shop, but did go to another one, and not a major score, but I was really pleased to find these 3 particular games, or not maybe even particular games, but just generally 3 games from this particular platform. And let's play some holy music. I'm going to pick it up. Hopefully it will. So hopefully you can see it's Sega Mega Drive games. So walked in this charity shop and I was like, wow, 3 Sega Mega Drive games. I cannot really remember even when was the last time I seen any Sega Mega Drive games in any of the local charity shops, so probably years and years. It's kind of really rare to see stuff like this in charity shops nowadays. I kind of live in an area with not that big of population, so the population in this area is not that big, and obviously the market is kind of limited, you know, what's going through these charity shops and people, what stuff people trade, and generally even, you know, if I look at things like Gumtree and Facebook Marketplace, I rarely see stuff like that going even through there. So was really pleased to see some Sega Mega Drive titles sitting in charity shop waiting for me. So the first title I picked up was World of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. These were marked at $5.99, by the way, so I was quite happy to pay $5.99. I'll show you back as well. This unfortunately wasn't complete, so the manual is missing, but the cartridge is there. So I need to just a little bit clean these up. So then in not bad shape, but just a little bit dusty, so I need to clean them up. Then the second title, which I paid $5.99 for, was Aladdin. So Disney, and there's back. And this actually was complete. The manual is not in the best shape, but it's not rough, so it's been well used, but in a reasonable condition. So that's complete, which is nice. And then the last title they had was Virtua Racing, and this was marked also $5.99, but I wasn't actually happy to pay $5.99, so initially I picked up them 2 titles and left this behind, and then I ended up speaking to a lady who works there, and I think she's like a manager or something, and I had like a nice chat with her, and you know, talked a little bit about games, and you know, that I collect them, and I told them, well, you know, told her why I'm buying these games and that I'm collect them and whatnot, and she said, "Are you sure you don't want that last game as well? So otherwise, you know, you buy these 2 and this is going to kind of be left behind on its own." And I said, "Well, I really don't want to pay $5.99 for it. It's not really worth it in you know, for me at least." And she said, "Well, how about if I mark it down and you do half price $2.99?" And I was eventually then happy to pay $2.99 for it. So I picked that one up as well. And this is unfortunately again missing the manual, but I still grabbed it. Okay, and at the same time they also had some recent gen games like Xbox 360. I think there were also like PS2 sports titles, but anyway, I spotted they had a copy, and I think it's a complete copy. Yeah, it's a complete copy with map and manual. Grand Theft Auto 5 for Xbox 360, and it was $2.99. I already had this, but I grabbed it for the trading purposes, so I should be able to get a little trade out of it. So after raiding the charity shops, I arrived at home and I thought that's it. But then I ended up on Facebook Marketplace. I thought sorry, I'll get my teeth back in again. I thought I was going to jump on and check and see what's available on Facebook Marketplace, and I noticed there was a couple just fresh listings. And there was one lady fairly local to me. She had listed a bunch of PlayStation 4 bundles, and initially I only agreed to go and pick up 2 bundles, and these 2 bundles involved 6 games, I believe it was. Yeah, 6 games. 6 games in total, and I ended up agreeing to pay what she was asking, because the titles were right and the money was right, and I ended up agreeing to pay £30 for this. So £30 for 6 games. Well, one game was pretty much like football game, which wasn't really accounted for, but anyway, I was happy to take it all. So then before I went out, I noticed she had some other bits and bobs listed, another game bundle, and she was asking too much money for that bundle. She also had some Skylanders and Disney Infinity stuff for sale, and I never really engaged with her on that stuff, but I went out, and when I picked up these games, I said, yeah, I'm happy to pay £30. I says, how about that all other stuff? And to cut the long story short, I bought everything else she had on offer on that day, which involved another bundle of 4 games, and then 4 different bundles of Skylanders and Infinity stuff, and I ended up paying an extra £25 for everything else on top of this bundle I'm just about to show you. So I ended up paying £55 for everything, but this particular bundle was £30 to start with, and the games included in this bundle were, or are, Wipeout or Omega Collection. So that was one. Then we got Lego, the Lego Movie video game. Excuse me. Lego Marvel Superheroes. There was also FIFA 14, but ultimately it was pretty much free anyway. So I think she even mentioned in one of the listings, she says, oh, you can have that FIFA for free. God of War. I personally didn't have this game for myself, my brother did, so I did play my brother's version for a little bit, but now I picked up my own copy, which is great. And also the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition. Generally in reasonable condition. Some games or cases got a few scuffs here and there, but on overall pretty decent. Okay, then the other bundle she had of 4 games, which I ended up picking as part of that additional £25 deal, were Destiny, which is pretty much worth nothing nowadays, and it's quite scuffed, the front of the case, but anyway, that was there as well. Then Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, so that was there. Dishonored 2, and then The Evil Within. So that was another 4 games. And then the first bundle was of Skylanders and Infinity stuff. The first bundle I picked up was Skylanders Superchargers. So that was also a PS4 version. And it came with Portal and also a couple figurines. I'm actually not big on Skylanders, so I don't know whether these actually belong to that game or not. I couldn't tell you, she could have told me anything and I would say, yeah, okay, that's fine. But anyway, that was 2 figurines in the bundle. I'm not sure even what they're called. I'm really not up to speed with Skylanders. So that's something I want to kind of collect and a bit more and get into them and try these games out and play them. I did kind of enjoy Disney Infinity stuff. So I got high hopes on Skylanders as well. Then the second bundle she had was Skylanders Swap Force. There's PS4 again. That also came with a Portal, and there were 6 figurines included. I think one is a little bit rough. I don't think it's the way it's supposed to be. I think it's been abused. But I got these 6 figurines. Again, I don't have any idea what they're called actually. So that little guy here, let's do 2 at a time, so some ninja or something, so dragon ninja, so I got them, and then got these 2 fellas, again not a clue what they are. This I think has been abused a little bit. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. There's like some scuffs and this bit looks like it's been chewed off or something, which is a little bit of a shame, but anyway, that was there. And then I haven't really taken them out of the bags yet. Well, let's start with this one here. Really, I didn't have enough desktop space. There was Disney Infinity 2.0 and Disney Infinity 3.0. So two games. And in this bag here, she had Disney Infinity Portal. So another Portal. And then a bunch of figurines. I kind of do recognize some of these. Let's take them quickly all out. Right, there's a couple, I don't know, I cannot remember what these are called, like a power-ups or whatever they are, or not the power-ups, it's once you put these on, it puts the kind of the theme or the setting. So these are Avengers, and I'm not sure what this is. So that's another one. And then we got, I think this is Thor. So obviously Avengers theme. Hulk. Black Widow. Iron Man. Actually, I was checking this Iron Man out earlier on, and it kind of, it's not too crazily detailed or anything, but it does look really cool. And what's really cool about these games, I have to say, I haven't played obviously these Avengers at all. I played pretty much like The Incredibles, I think, when I got the original Infinity pack for the Nintendo Wii U. But you know what's really cool, like what I really like about these ones, you know, you take this basically little figurine and you put in a portal, and then suddenly, you know, that character becomes live in a game. So that transition from having it in your hand, putting in a portal, and then it kind of springing to life in game, and you can control it and do stuff. It kind of feels really cool. So I do really like this concept of these games. So then we got Captain America and Mike Wazowski. I don't know what this girl called and this fella. I believe they are from the same film. I think I know the film, but I cannot remember what it's called, but I think they're both from the one film. And this is some sort of like superhero as well. I think he's called Iron Fist, but I'm not familiar with this fella. But again, looks pretty cool. Okay, and then the last bundle she had, there was another portal inside, so obviously she had Infinity 2.0 and 3.0, so I'm suspecting it's the same portal for all the first, second and third game. And ultimately she had here pretty much all the Star Wars figurines, and unfortunately a few of them are damaged, and I'll show you in a second. Excuse me. Let's just get them all out on the table. Okay, and also here she had a bunch of power discs as well. So there's like a handful of power discs. I think I'm looking at some of these. There's like Wreck-It Ralph and Mini Car or something. I think I actually got some of these already, which were for like Series 1, but then there's some from Series 2, so I need to kind of check what I had already or not. Then again, we got a couple kind of playset, I think what they were called playset figurines, you know, you put them down and the playset becomes available. There's like Death Star, and I'm not sure what this is, but it looks like two lightsabers or something kind of crossed to the back. So I'm not sure, probably some Star Wars theme as well. And then the little figurines I have here is Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's supposed to have like a lightsaber in his hand, in his right hand. That has been broken, so it's missing. Obviously it's still going to work in the game, but it's kind of shame. It's damaged. Then a little Yoda. That's all good, so here we go, the little lightsaber. So Obi-Wan Kenobi should have supposed to have the same. This is Luke Skywalker. That's got the saber. There's Anakin Skywalker, so saber there as well, so it's all good. Then we got the Mr. Darth Vader. He's supposed to have like a lightsaber as well sticking out in red color, but it's not there, broken off. Then we got Princess Lee, or Leia, whatever her name was. She's got like a little pistol in her hand, and that's been kind of like bent, and I think it might actually break off if I'm gonna try to straighten it out, so that's a bit shame as well. And then this is another character. I cannot remember what she's called, and I'm not too familiar with her, but it's another character from Star Wars, little figurine. So there you have it. So I now got some additional Skylander and also Infinity figures to add to my collection. Got additional Portals games. So for all this PlayStation 4 games I just showed you, and all the Infinity and Skylander stuff, everything in total I paid £55. Apart from a couple ultimately usable but broken figurines, all in all I was pretty pleased with that deal, and I got some more very good games to add to my collection. So there you have it, guys. So that was another little video for you with the remains of last Sunday's extravaganza, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, any comments, please drop me a message down below. But apart from that, I shall see you in the next one very, very soon. Take it easy. All the best.